Hello and welcome to BBC News. The family of Virginia Giuffre has welcomed the decision to remove Prince Andrew's remaining titles and give up his lease on the Royal Lodge at Windsor. Speaking to the BBC, Virginia Giuffre's brother said whilst he supported the decision, further investigations were still needed. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, as he'll now be known, has always denied allegations of sexual abuse by Virginia Giuffre, who took her own life in April. Well, in a moment, we will speak live to Gloria Allred, an attorney who's represented 27 victims of Jeffrey Epstein. But first, let's hear from Sky and Amanda Roberts, Virginia Giuffre's brother and sister-in-law, who spoke to BBC Newsnight just after the news broke.
It's a bittersweet moment that we feel like it's a very vindicated moment for our sister, but it's also very surreal.
Of course, it is, because this was what she wanted in her lifetime, Amanda.
Yeah, I was at work when I got the news, and I just had a moment where I broke down because it is surreal that she's not here and that she didn't get a chance to see this in her lifetime. But it's amazing, and everything that she fought for was not in vain. And it truly is a moment for her and all survivors.
Do you think that in writing this book, she hoped that her life's account would be heard at the top of the royal family in the United Kingdom? Was that one of the reasons she took to making her account public, Sky?
I think it's very much a reason she put to make, her account public, but I also think it was for justice and accountability for all survivors out there. It wasn't just about reaching the royal family, it was about holding anybody that's been implicated to account. And I think the king is setting a precedent for the rest of the world leaders out there to actually come forward and say, you know what, even if it is my brother, I'm going to hold him to account because I believe survivors. I saw it in the statement earlier today of, survivors are front of mind, and we have to continue to keep that front of mind. But it's not enough. It's not enough. We have to have some sort of investigation that goes further into this. I mean, he's still walking around a free man. I commend the king. I think he's doing an amazing job as a world leader, setting a precedent. But we need to take it one more step further. He needs to be behind bars, period.
Could you contrast your sister's start in life with Prince Andrew, the man known as Prince Andrew, now Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, and what reaction she might have had in her lifetime to this development today?
I would say she'd be so proud. He's just Andrew. He's no longer a prince. And she is celebrating from the heavens right now, saying, I did it. This normal girl from a normal family has taken down a prince. We are so proud of her. Her survivors are proud of her. Her sisters. This is a moment that is unprecedented in history. Period. That's it.
I remember last night before I went to bed, I looked at her photo and I had said, Virginia, we need a win. Everything that you've done, tell us that we're doing the right thing. And this happened today. And so I just know that, she would be so proud. And she would look at her children and say, yeah, I take down the bad guys.
Well, that was Virginia Giuffre's family talking to Newsnight. Let's talk live now on the programme to Gloria Allred, an attorney who's represented 27 victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Gloria, welcome to BBC News. Let me take this in stages. Your reaction, first of all, to that announcement from Buckingham Palace last night.
Well, I think it's long overdue, and it's definitely welcome. Prince Andrew, no longer Prince, the former Prince Andrew, has been punished. He's had to pay millions of dollars to Virginia Giuffre. In addition, he has lost many of his titles, his honors, and now is evicted from his home at Royal Lodge. I guess I will never forget the photo of him at Royal Lodge with Jeffrey Epstein and with Harvey Weinstein. I represent many victims of Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. So this is a man who should no longer walk with honor. He should be ashamed of himself. In addition to that, by the way, I have for many years called on Prince Andrew to speak to the FBI, to talk to Homeland Security. As a matter of fact, the United States Attorney for New York, for the Southern District of New York, did something extremely unusual a number of years ago, and he called on Andrew to speak to law enforcement in the United States. Andrew, who was willing to do a BBC interview not under oath, not under any legal duty to tell the truth, gave his interview. It was considered catastrophic by many, the one he did on television. Since then, he has declined doing an interview with law enforcement. Now the United States Congress is investigating, the House of Representatives, the Oversight Committee. They have subpoenaed a number of people to testify in depositions. That means under oath to their committee. And at some point, they'll be having public hearings.
Yes.
I think that Andrew should volunteer to come to the United States and speak under oath to the committee if they wish him to do so. Will he do that? I doubt it, but I think that would be good for his reputation. Certainly, it would be something positive for the survivors.
Well, I was going to ask you about exactly that area, because 6 years ago, after that disastrous Newsnight interview, when he withdrew from being a working royal, he said that he would help in whatever way to the victims. And exactly as you make the point, he has never had those conversations with the investigating authorities. Do you hold out any hope that after all of this particular round, that might happen?
Well, I don't think he wants it to happen. But, you know, he doesn't have to wait for a subpoena. He can do what most people who have been at a crime scene where children were sexually abused. And even if he didn't sexually abuse Virginia or see anybody sexually abused when he was at the home of Jeffrey Epstein in New York or anywhere else, he still was at that scene, and he should answer questions about what he observed there. And he should not wait for a subpoena. He
Yes.
should volunteer to do it. And I think that would be a good step forward. We're talking about punishing him.
Virginia Giuffre's
But more
family
needs-
have made exactly that point. They have also made a separate point that they continue to want answers from Buckingham Palace about what they knew and when. Do you hold out any hope of that happening, given actually the last sentence in that Buckingham Palace statement only last night?
Well, I think they would like to put it behind them, the royal family. By the way, I don't know if you remember, but many years ago, I hired a school bus with a big banner on it to circle Buckingham Palace, which it did. And it had a big photo of then Prince Andrew on it. And it said, if you see this man, please ask him to contact the FBI. I put the FBI's phone number on the banner, and then it said www.gloriaallred.com. So he's well aware that they want to speak to him, but he hasn't arranged to do it. Why not? Only he can answer that question.